Welcome to Heathen's Garage. Today we're using this truck to haul that junk home.
On this episode of Heathen's Garage.
We have a problem now. Is it just such a machine, Elvis? Whoopsie-daisy. Oh yeah, no sweat. Yeah, it's all mine. Bought and paid for. Today we're going to show you the adventure of getting this junk home. And to do that, we're going to start off by how we had to fix the 3/4 ton, because it seems like every time I go to do something, I got to fix it before I can use it, and that's just how it works for me. Anyways, enjoy the show.
I promise this whole video isn't going to be about me working on this 3/4 ton pickup again. I just wanted to take this one more opportunity to complain about how much this drive shaft cost, which was $1,250. And it wasn't like I sought out the most expensive one. I couldn't find a used one for unknown reasons to me. They just weren't available. I couldn't even get one made for less money. At least not local to me. It is a 5-inch aluminum piece, so I guess that makes it expensive, but either way, we're gonna toss this drive shaft in so that the thing can go down the road properly, and then we're gonna be hopefully on our way to go pick up that thing that we're gonna pick up. Now, if you're wondering why we're changing the drive shaft, that takes us all the way back to when we bought it. When we bought it, the adapter between the transmission and the T-case was broken.
Remember when I said it's broke? You see it? So crappy. Broken.
And that was caused by excessive vibration, I believe. Because what we found is this drive shaft, well, not this drive shaft, the old drive shaft had a big dent in it. And it was, the T-case was just the whole time you were driving around. So what we did was, on advice from a buddy, Jesse, YouTube is Sandine Brothers, which, by the way, you should go check out if you're inclined. Anyways, he said, why don't you put it in 4x4 and pull the drive shaft and see if it still shakes without the drive shaft before you spend $1,250 on a drive shaft. So I did that, and well, it was smooth as silk with no drive shaft. So here we are, putting a new drive shaft in. That was basically the supercharger budget for this thing. But that will just have to come at a later date. That's all there is to it. Okay, where are you gonna fit? Right here. Can you come forward a bit? Somewhere up here? Sure you can. Well, this must be quite a ride, hey? What do you got for a view here? You got to see something? Now, somewhere here, there's a... Oh, maybe there's not. I heard there was a spline that was different than the rest, but that appears to only be on the drive shaft. So that's interesting. You stay up there. Oh boy. The drive shaft isn't that heavy, but it sure is long and awkward. I'll tell you that one for free. Yeah, oh, it goes in so good, just like it's new. We got our grease gun, Elvis. Let's go back home. What do you think of that, eh? Does that smell good? You're coming to the front, eh, Elvis? Whether I want you to or not. This is your spot, eh? You're a front kind of dog. Let's go for a drive and see if it still makes noise at RPM, or rather at speed. How you doing, pal? Want to pound it? Are we having a good time? Yeah, that's a good feller. Yeah. Luna, you want to pound it? Luna, do you pound? No, I don't want you to lick me. Yeah. Yeah. Now that we've got a drive shaft in and she's greased up and T-case is refilled with oil after losing
most of it on the test drive with no drive shaft. We're ready to go for a little drive and see if it's fixed. Because, you know, I already had one 50-mile-an-hour truck with Charlie. I don't need this to be another one. We would like to be able to go a reasonable rate of speed. And you dogs are just gonna have to hang on, all right? Can you guys do that? Hopefully. Are you hanging on? Is it just such a machine, Elvis? Oh yeah. Quiet as a mouse now. Problem is fixed. Now we're on to the next thing of the day. Too far off. Might go. I don't think it will, but it might. And that's right, folks. We are on our way with the trailer hooked up to the auction truck for the first time to do what I actually bought the auction truck to do, which is, you know, buy more junk. What am I doing with the camera here, spinning around in circles? So that's, like, the thing we're going to pick up isn't that exciting. It's a little exciting to me, but getting to use the auction truck for its intended purpose for the first time since I bought it is a good day. We have arrived. Got an old farm. We got permission to take as much video and pictures as we like. So that's pretty ideal. Now the old fella that owns it, he doesn't know a whole bunch about it other than there was a guy who was gonna fix it and then he passed away. So now he's not gonna fix it. Anyways, we're gonna back up to it, hopefully. There's a couple feet of snow on the ground. We're hoping to not get stuck, but let's go see what we're looking at. We can just see it up there in the future. Oh boy, it is. There's a lot of snow around here. Can you guess which one it is? And can you guess what it's for? Look at that, hey? What a gem! This is it. This is what they called a Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.9er. Now, 5.9er, because it's a 5.9 liter, i.e. 360, i.e. the same displacement that is in our broken Scrapkota. And now you know why I'm coming here for this. Now, it's snowing like crazy, unfortunately. We also have no wheels and no tires. By the looks of things, no lug nuts. We have to hope that the lug nuts we got are gonna fit. Or maybe there'll be some on the inside. Now, mostly what we got here is a pretty wrecked up Jeep. So I don't feel bad stealing it for the engine. But hopefully we can get this thing loaded on here. That's our main goal. I'm gonna work on getting wheels on it. And I'll bring you back in a second. Well, we got one sort of on. It's not fully on, but it's on enough that it'll wheel. Now we open up the hood too, and I'm a little sad that intake manifold was left open, but like hopefully it still runs and it isn't seized horrendously. We might have to cross our fingers on that part, but you know, hopefully it's all right. Realistically, it's paid for already, so regardless, it's mine at this point in time, whether the engine turns or not. So we're gonna work on getting the next wheel on and go from there. I was just gonna bring a little baby jack. I sure am glad I brought something a little more significant. This is kind of like you have to get pretty high. Oh, it's gonna fall off the jack there. I gotta reposition here. It's only like 80% sketchy. It's okay, it's fine. Whoopsie-daisy. Well, that's why we weren't underneath of it. Snow gets in my eyes when we're in disguise. Sure. Now, by sheer luck, it turns out that 1975 Dodge half-ton and a 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee happen to share the same lug nut threads, which is good, because otherwise you wouldn't have had any lug nuts. Whoops. Because I stole those right before we left. Yeah, these aren't really on there, but just sort of on there. Good enough. Sure is a shame that somebody had to go and bust the windows out of it. This is really nice interior. Like it would have been really good leather seats to have, but I don't know if they're savable anymore. Like, we'll probably try. I don't know what they're for. Well, obviously they're for a Jeep. I don't know what I would use them for, but hopefully we can make use of them. Oh man, it's got a Flowmaster! Cool! Looks like it's in good shape too. Oh, somebody stole a catalytic converter. That figures. It's okay, I'm not really into catalytic converters. That does... We have a problem now. I didn't foresee that one. I'm pretty sure the Jeep is now on the jack. Yeah, it's okay. Well, we might be looking at winching now as our only option. It could be that there's a jack in this Jeep, but boy, there's a lot of stuff to undo. That sure was unfortunate. I guess I could have thought that one through better. That was too bad. But maybe it'll be fine, who knows? Are we in neutral? We are in neutral. Work brakes off. Well, let's see if our big winch will move it. I guess that's all we can do. It's easier if you just put two wheels on, you know? That was the whole plan. Battery in my remote is dying. That's inconvenient. Based on the straps that I apparently don't have in my truck, we are going to be taking the back roads on this situation. Let's hope it works. Now, see, we've got a problem here because this is frozen right into the ground. And now the winch could just pull right through this and tear it to pieces, but he did say he wanted to keep those blocks. So I'm gonna do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. Because we already nicked this one, which I kind of feel bad about, but it's still very serviceable at least. And then there's, well, we scuffed our jack up a little bit, but she'll live to fight another day if I can get it out. Oh yeah, no sweat. Oh no, my foam is all ruined. Alright. Good news is the jack is still working. But only barely. Now a 2x6 or whatever this is, 4x6. Maybe we can slip that underneath. I have a rock, that'll work. Then the other side up with the rock. That didn't work near as well as I'd hoped. So, have my pants completely fallen down? And showing you that I'm wearing pajamas as well as pants, or just part of the way? Maybe we can do better. Let's keep this show professional. Feels like we're finally starting to win here. Like my jack's definitely on the verge of tipping over, but me from the future would have come back and already saved myself if that was gonna happen, so we'll be all right. I think we can put a tire on here. That's good. Brakes are like new. Now, if you're wondering why I elected to buy this Jeep instead of getting a wrecker engine that is like, you know, returnable, stuff like that, it's because they wanted $900 for a wrecker engine. And this is only 350 bucks. And if you'll recall from my earlier rant today, I just spent $1,200 on a drive shaft. So this is less. And more risky, better for YouTube, maybe. Or nobody will watch it at all. That's equally as likely. Look at that, eh? Another wheel on. This one almost fits properly. Man, cordless tools are really good, you know? Because even though this is sort of a long job, at least that part's easy, you know? At least there's one thing that's easier. Alright, down you go. Alright, one last wheel to put on and we're in business. Is that high enough yet? This wheel is off of Buddy Kyle's cop car. And of the four wheels it had, it's the only one that held air. 2011 cop car wheel will fit on a 1990 something Jeep Cherokee. That's pretty good information to have. That's what we aim to do. Provide you with information you never cared about. Okay, well, the hub isn't quite the right size, but it's pretty close. Turn the wheel just a little more. And on you go. Over. Swimmingly. I shouldn't. You got it hooked up to a winch like I do. You shouldn't walk behind it. That's just a bad idea. For future reference. Where exactly I want this thing, but we're gonna start there, I guess. Maybe that'll be good. Now, admittedly, it could be a little straighter left to right, but it'll be fine. Down you go, trailer. Look at that, eh? It does make you ask the question, are you sure about that life choice, Ethan? It'll be alright, I'm sure. For now. Alright. Well, we're strapped down, sort of reasonably adequately, not quite good enough. But you know, if it weighs less than 4,000 pounds, we're good. If it's more than that, then we're less good. Sort of forgot all my straps in Charlie. Well, not all of them, obviously. I had a few. They're just not very big. Anyways, we're gonna hit the road and see if we can't get this thing out of here without getting stuck. We'll see you eventually. Well, this is not the time to be stuck. Come on. Really? Now you're stuck? I drove all the way out of there, and now you decide you're stuck? Oh, this isn't fair. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. Sure. I don't need much, I don't think. It just, I stopped at the wrong spot, I guess. That's all it took. Good old Stan gave me a little pull because that's what we needed. Okay, now we're gonna try and go home. Thanks to our kind gentleman, give us a little tug there. We're on the road. Now we just, you know, keep her between the lines and take her real easy and everything's gonna be just fine. I suppose there's one thing I should mention, given that it is the first time we've used this truck for towing. How does a 6-liter with a hot camshaft tow? Just fine. Seems to get moving just fine. It seems to drive along just fine. Transmission's happy. It's not hot. I don't know. Just nothing to report as far as that goes. It's perfectly adequate. 0 complaints from me. Now all of that said, we've got to this point where I've got a 5.9er Jeep sitting on a trailer with a truck that pulled it quite nicely. And you're probably wondering, A, why? maybe you're wondering, what were you thinking? But like this side looks pretty good actually. It's just the other side that looks really bad. And the inside, and under the hood, and in the back. Anyways, it didn't seem right to finish the episode off with, well, let's do it and bye, without at least seeing if it, like, we gotta know. Like, did I buy something that spins or not? So we're gonna pop the hood and toss a battery in it. We're just gonna hit the key and see what happens. Now we know the hood will release because it was already open. But for some reason it doesn't. Oh, maybe because it's already open. Yep, that's why it wouldn't release. Come on. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't take it off the trailer first, because I know me, and if I get it running on the ground, the first thing I'm going to do is take it for a boost. And we're not ready for that yet, because not all the lug nuts are tight. And some things are just unsafe. Elvis, what are you doing over there? Come here, dog. This isn't Dr. Pepper. This is gas. This is... A, because I think the fuel tank's empty, and B, if it's not, the old fella said the gas it was in it was probably 15 years old. Whoa! That's too much voltage. Wrong place. You better turn the key on. Now, the fellow that owned it prior to me, or at least the guy that sold it to me, he said he had this thing running about a year ago or so. The pictures were for the summer. He said he just dumped some fuel down it and she barked right up, but we'll see if that's our experience. There's a lot of busted glass in here. I'm probably gonna get a cut that I didn't want to get. Okay, well, the key doesn't go all the way back to the right position, but it turns forward, and forward's what we're really after. Guess we'll just see what that big spark does. That's good. Now this is the dangerous part. See, that's a lot of spark. That's too much spark. We got a short somewhere. Yeah, a short to there. I hear it dinging. That's a good sign. All right, we got a ding. Just hit the key and see what happens. Oh, we're gonna wait for the train to go by because it's gonna be noisy. Hold for sure. Now, one thing, if you got a knocked out windshield and you're about to stick your face in there, make sure the wipers are turned off. Because, man, you get a shower of glass, that's no treat. Okay, we have ignition. Well, it's got more miles than I was hoping. It's got 230,000, but one of these will go forever, so don't worry about it. Let's see if it cranks. Okay, I've heard better sounding things, but it is cranky, so that's good. Let's give it a little fuel. A little shot of petroleum. Okay, it's thinking about it. We have ignition. Let's give it a little more. Seemed to like that. So that's a lot that I just gave it. Got both barrels full now. Foot to the floor. Let's see if it'll run a little longer that way. Well, I'll tell you one thing for free. It does run, but it is not interested in running on its own fuel supply. That is what I think we've learned here today. I wonder if it has any pressure in the rail. Let's see here. A little bit of pressure in the rail, but oh, that fuel smells bad. Fuel that's in the rail, it is not going to run on. I don't think anyway Sunday. Well, folks, as you can probably tell, it's getting kind of dark out, so you know, we can't do much more tonight, at least not on camera. So we're going to call that episode. You saw it bark over, you saw us get it, and we're quite content with how the old GMC tows. So overall, I'd call that a win. Thanks for watching and subscribing. We'll see you next time. Bye. Come here, doggos. Hi, Luna. Hi. Come on, Elvis. Come on, buddy. Come on. Hello. No, you stay here. We'll all have to do the outro together. Come on, buddy. Yeah, good feller. No, come here. Elvis, come here. Come here. Hi, buddy. Hi. Well, folks, you saw us get it, and you saw us make it bark for a couple seconds. Where are you guys going? Come, dogs. Hi, buddy. How are you? Good girl, Luna Bear. Oh, yeah, you made it. Come on. Come here, Elvis. Come here. He does not want to pet Luna Bear. He is not interested in the pets. Elvis, good boy. Go talk to the people, Elvis. They want to know what's going on, you know? Don't you want to know? Let's go, come on. Bunch of cheese.